some real money in the room.
Wow. What's happening?
In recent news, Lil Durk. Lil Durk has been arrested on a murder for hire charge. Apparently, Quando Rondo's friend, Lil Pop, who was killed while in Los Angeles with Quando Rondo, was caused by Lil Durk. Lil Durk allegedly dropped a bag on him and got him up out of there. Lil Durk was recently arrested. OG Giggity, you're somebody whom, on camera, so it's not me being police, you've had a few contracts. You've been in the Durk shoes, and you've been in the people whom Durk allegedly put in those shoes, right? What's your thoughts on the Durk situation? Do you think he's going to make it out of this?
Looking at the evidence, looking at the indictment and what the government have on him, no. He's going to do some kind of time, unless the feds did something illegal where his lawyer could try to find a loophole to be like, oh, this wasn't right how you all was able to get this iCloud, whatever this information they claim they have. But right now, looking at everything, because I have the indictment, the whole 18 pages, no. And you know what's crazy?
What?
Durk dropped a video. Lil Durk dropped a video, and he was describing that whole scene, what happened in Los Angeles. And on Federal Nightmares, he says whenever your people do something to you, don't even worry about paying a lawyer. Because he said like you hit, right? So now I'm going to see if he's going to live out those lyrics what he said. Because he called, but like I tell people too, it don't make sense to pay for a lawyer when you go to feds because you're going to want to play guilty. So that 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000 now you pay on that attorney, you're going to need that down the stretch doing your time, or you can invest in something that's going to bring you money while you are incarcerated. I strongly advise people like those house building neighborhoods that we don't want to deal with, that we be feeling like it's slow money, get that, because when you go to prison, eventually people are going to run off from you, people are going to start stealing from you. So you would need stuff like that to keep you going, because man, once you got $100, $200, somebody send you $500, $1,000 in prison, you penitentiary rich, because you're going to spend like $180 a week in a commissary. Certain joints, it fluctuates, but just to be able to go to the commissary, make your big bag groceries, you have money on your books, you're comfortable. Get on a computer, send people email. It's a different life there, but invest in those little small things because you're gonna need them in prison. Unfortunate, the guy who did Durk dirty was like, Durk had him on the camera, gave him 50 grand. Like, how long he did with like showing him love, death for him, and like, I got a tattoo on my back, it's called Light Plus 20 from a friend. But it wasn't tight like those two were, whatever the case may be, but man, that's a hurting feeling, man. And he texted and told him, do not pay for nothing in my name or my name associated with. And they did it anyway with the credit card. Like, how did these people know to do all this? Then I thought when I found out the guy wore the wire for 3 years.
Was it 3 or 12?
I heard it was 3, because he did time. He did 11, he did 14 years, something like that in prison.
Right.
Yeah, so that's a hurt feeling, but I don't see him shaking out this one right now.
What were some of the things that you saw in the evidence that that gives you that feeling that he's not shaking out?
They got the cars, like in the indictment, you have the cars they was riding, you have the Quando Rondo, they have a picture of the Cadillac truck that they was driving in, they have a picture of the BMW and the Infiniti that they were in. Then they showed the two shooters behind, right behind, what a gas station they right behind a wall coming shooting. Like, they got too much evidence, and it's going back to them like the cameras. Where were those cameras? Was the street light cameras? They got them on camera with the dude cooperating, showing them everything. All they had to just go, okay, here go the evidence, boom, boom, boom. They got too much overwhelming evidence on them. I might let you get a look at it. It depends on how I feel after this interview.
Oh, I'm grateful.
Yeah, you always are.
Right. The OTF member who allegedly snitched on Lil Durk, right? He allegedly wore a wire maybe for the better part of 3 years, right? There's interviews that are circulating right now where he has admitted that Durk held him down during his bid, that Durk took care of him, that Durk showed him love, and he still turned around and kind of sold him out. You know what I mean? A murder for hire is not a small task, especially for somebody like Durk.
That's a death penalty.
Yeah. So, with you, your background, what do you make of him, that guy? Have you seen any of that in prison?
Yeah, I see that all the time. I've seen guys tell on their mother, tell on their sisters, tell on, because you gotta keep in mind, people do like, I'm gonna get him up to give me a release date, give me something to look forward to coming home. So you got a lot of people that be selfish, that do certain things, you know. I just would love to have a talk with that guy to be like, what made you go that far? Somebody like, because I always think back, and I say this over and over and over, Cash Money took care of me my whole bid.
Right.
They name all throughout my paperwork. But that is something that I would never ever do and I couldn't do, give them up, lie on them, or come up with anything to come home. That, they know it's crazy, and I still don't have a relationship with them after everything I know or what I coulda, shoulda, woulda did. I don't have a relationship with them, and yet you got a guy who was Durk was faithful to, showing love, going across them. They go to show you the mindset of the people, right? But that's another story. But bro, on one hand, you look at like, you feel sorry for Durk. You know, your heart go out to Durk. Like, man, he was, you know, changing his life, doing everything good. But on the other hand, you look at it like, okay, well, you still got to pay for your crime. He's not innocent. You know, your hands were dirty as well. So how do you go to like, man, I feel bad, he done dirty to, what about the other family, what about the other victims? The people got to get justice. So you have one of them situations where on one hand you like, free Durk. The Durk, man, love you, man, get him out of there. Then on the other hand, you like Quando Rondo, his people. You know, so sometimes it's better just keep your mouth closed, stay out of it. Because you got some people who gonna be mad when you shot this one out, some people gonna be mad you shot that one out. Some people gonna look at, like I say, gonna free Durk, but then some people gonna look at, they got evidence where Durk was entertaining it. So now you like, how you say free Durk when you got evidence? So it's like, if you want what's right, then you can't be screaming this, you can't be screaming, but people got a right to say what they want to say. I just wish that, and here's another thing, I was about to say, I just wish that he would have picked, you know, better choice of people around him, but you don't know, because everybody wear a mask. Everybody wear a mask. I've been saying that for the longest too. But you know what I'm noticing too? With this situation, with this YouTube stuff, when I come home speaking about certain stuff, certain people was listening, certain people wasn't listening. When I spoke about how what happens in prison, how people get their manhood took, people made fun of me. People was talking all kind of crazy stuff. I went to Vlad talking about it. Even Vlad didn't kind of believe it. But yet, when the young brother went on Real Life Street Star, talked about it, Vernon, what happened to him, then OG Percy did a follow-up with him. Everybody tuned in now. But that's the same stuff I was saying when I first come in, they didn't want to listen to me. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I've been telling people what's going on, what's up. Some get it, some don't. But you can always go back and do your research, your homework. You can see, yeah, he been talking about it. He been saying the same stuff that's happening now. Just like with these rappers, you see the people, like if you got your cell phone with you, and you're in that area, somebody get deleted, and you go to say, oh, I wasn't there, I wasn't around there, but yet they know they got the tower, they got the ping, how they ping off your cell phone, they know you was in that area. Like I've been watching this since prison. So I've been looking at it, okay, this is how people getting caught up. People got their cell phone, a lot of people getting on the internet, a lot of people are dropping their location, so they get them cell phone, they able to target you, they able to pinpoint you was here or there. And we see this happening in different people's cases, but yet we constantly go and do the same stuff that they doing. So we already was warned that, okay, they can watch this, they can, the feds can get this or they can get this. But you're in your mind, I don't know if they on them pills or what they on, they still be like, man, let's just do this, they ain't gonna catch us. And that be the sad situation now, so when it all come down, now you forced to be like, man, my heart go out to this one, but this one did this. My heart go out to that one, but he did that.
Right.
So let me ask you and your audience a question. The guy that wore the wire on Durk, it's already looked at as he's a scumbucket, lower the lowest, right? To my that was some dirty cut. Those the Durk took his man, gave the man 50 grand, had him, kept his name while he was in jail, rapping about him, come home, showing him love. So you look at this, you hate this dude. Dude, man. But then, on the other hand, how do you look at Durk? How do you view Durk? Because Lil Durk, Lil Durk, how do you view him when you got proof to where allegedly he's sending them to go handle it? Allegedly they're using, the resources to go handle it through him.
Well, I think we look at that a few different ways. In hip hop, in general, that's what they want to see. This game that we're in, this rap game, the media game that we cover, is surrounded by death. That's what drives the sales. That's what drives the culture. That's what drives everything. Even your beloved NBA YoungBoy, right? G Money, that Gravedigger Mountain, right? There's a whole campaigns built around this. And speaking of YoungBoy, the whole thing with Quando Rondo comes from YoungBoy. Quando Rondo's partner Lil Tim killed Vaughn. So I think people are happy to hear that Durk actually slid for Vaughn. Like, I don't think people are sad then by the fact that they got some kind of get back. I think people may even feel a type of way about them not getting Quando. You know what I'm saying? And so how I feel about it is that I don't know. I really don't know, honestly. It's interesting that he got caught. Yeah, he's interesting because Durk seemed untouchable. He just threw a concert where he got members from 63rd, FYB J-Mane. They had DJ U, the blogger. They had a lot of people. 16 Shotto might have even been there from Chicago. Tay Savage, you know what I mean? People whom Durk normally wouldn't be around, especially J-Mane, right, the voice of 63rd. People who Durk normally wouldn't be around. People who diss Durk's dead homies. J-Mane, again, he's dissed Durk's dead homies. He trolled OTF. Like, Durk's not known for being around those. So I think in addition to like him being justified by the rules of the streets, quote unquote, it's like we see him changing. We see his growth. We see him not being who he was when he first came in the game. Him being a change for the face of Chicago, as the face of Chicago. And for this to happen right after all of that, it's kind of like, it does hurt. It does hurt because, like you say, we see the progress. We're not looking at what you've done to get in this. That's what's your past. This happened over a year ago. We're looking at what you're doing right now, what you're trying to become. You're getting closer with the brothers in the mosque. You know what I'm saying? You reaching out to the other side.
Time out. Because you ain't answering nothing I asked you. When you tap dancing around everything, I said, I'm going to say this again. And I want your people in the comments to chime in. We see the dirty, low-down, cutthroat stuff this guy did, the dirt, and them guys who all got caught at the guy that wore the wire. We see that.
Right.
So you got all kind of names for him. Then we look at all the good stuff Durk been doing. But yet, it's showing that allegedly Durk was the ringleader, the shot caller, the one, you want to turn it down? The one who was behind, you got jackets and everything you want. The one who was behind the actual murder plot. So what I was saying was, like, do you still look at it like, we know street code, man, he down bad, he done dirt wrong, we understand that. But you have more people that's on the internet, civilians, people that look at it like they want justice. So on one hand, like I said, you see all the good stuff Durk did, you're like, man, why he done it, he dirty. But then when you see that Durk allegedly played a big part in all of this, what do you say about that? How do you look at him? How do you still view him? Is what I was saying.
I mean, I just told you, but the correct answer is he's guilty. You know what I mean? You
can't say he's guilty till he's found guilty. Man, there you go with him. Guilty.
I'm not the judge. I'm not the jury.
But you just act just now. You just say he's guilty. You just act as a judge.
The correct answer is if he did it, he's guilty. You know what I'm saying?
Is, how do you look at? Do you look at him Like how you look at the other guy who wore the wire as a scum, or do you look at it like, well, Durk, you was doing it, but you still was doing this too. Like you was in the media like, yeah, I'm doing right, but you still was doing dirt. You still was committing crimes.
No,
so to speak.
I think because there's a revenge aspect, I don't think he's looked at like that. You know what I mean? It'll be different.
I'm not talking about from street perspective. I'm talking about from a regular civilian perspective.
Any civilians understand retribution. Civilians understand.
The same civilian who be on the jury, the same civilian who be calling the police, knock it off. But now here's another thing I thought about too. Do you think if Durk go to trial and get a life sentence, do you think Durk gonna be sitting in that cell thinking like, man, I'm doing a life sentence for somebody that I ain't much want dead? The person that I really wanted was Quando Rondo. He's still out there. The person I want to is the dude who deleted King Von. He's still out there. So they still winning. Because the ones you wanted, they still alive. And now you got to do the rest of your life in the box. You see what I'm saying? So now it's like, back to how you said, the people on Durk's side gonna look at it like, well, Durk did try to slide for King Von, he tried to get revenge. But then, do Durk, in his mind, like, at least I'm in jail for trying to get back for my brother? Or man, I'm in jail, man, we had a miss hit. Because at the end of the day, when you look at...
How would you look at that? That's a good question. And I've never been in a situation to where I've had to face that tough of a situation. Like, if you were Durk, in Durk's position, and you went on a hit, and the hit was unsuccessful, however, there was some success, do you celebrate that victory? Or are you more so disappointed because you're here for somebody whom you didn't want?
I'm happy, but I'm disappointed. I'm happy because I brought pain to Quando Rondo. I'm happy on that aspect. But I'm disappointed because Quando Rondo's still here. You the one I wanted. You the big, like how Fresh Montana said that song, watch the body tilt when you hit the head. So with Quando and other brothers still out roaming and they still free, it's like a failure. Because I got all the resources, I got the right hitters, we know where you at, we come to Cali to see about you. And then when you look at the situation, it's like, hold on. Quando was in this Cadillac, they pull up in the gas station, look like in the back, y'all come around and y'all walk up. That's how Lil Daddy get deleted. He gone and Quando in the car because y'all around the building shooting long distance. Walk up, take your time and go work. Cause they don't know y'all there, the element of surprise. They don't know y'all there. Man, but so it's like, yeah, I brought pain to Quando, but Quando's still alive, and I'm in jail now, because Quando know now I try to set him at you, which on one hand you're like, yeah, you know I wasn't playing with you, boy, I was on your top. I was on you, boy, but you got away, but I was on you. But then you look at it like, it's a failure, because I got the resource, I had everything lined up right, we missed that, and now my man got me in here now. So when you look at it, you failed.
Yeah.
You failed. I failed. You know, because I went who I wanted. I missed him. And now you're going to be making songs behind me about me now. Being locked up, you try to get me, you miss me. But then you got other people like, yeah, but you got your bands. So we, in this day and time, we own, we can get your mother, your brother, as long as we can bring pain to you, that's what we own these days. But in reality, it's like, I went at you, I couldn't get you. I got you close, your brother, somebody close to you, your people, whoever you was to Quando Rondo. However, now you done left the door open for Quando Rondo to bring home while you in prison. Because one thing we know, I know from experience, once you go to prison and start doing a long stretch bid, a lot of people gonna turn their back on, a lot of people gonna fall off. It ain't the same anymore. Only good thing is what Lil Durk got on his side, he the money man. So you gotta make it work.
Brick Baby. So Brick Baby was defending Durk, right? Even though Quando Rondo is a rolling 60 from the same neighborhood which Brick Baby is from, Brick Baby was defending Durk. And one particular podcast episode on No Jumper, Brick Baby came out and said that people need to stop telling Durk slide for Vaughn because what about Lil Pop? Lil Pop again was the guy who was with Quando Rondo when they were slid on, right? And so at the time when Brick Baby said this, it was not widely known that that was done, right? A lot of people from the internet are speculating that Brick Baby dry snitched on Durk, leading to his subsequent arrest. You, OG Giggity, as a podcaster, let's say, or influencer, you're not in the streets currently. Brick Baby is, and he lets it be known that he can still turn into shitty cuz any day. You know what I mean? And so when you're in the streets and you're doing what we do, you have certain knowledge about what's going on that the world may not know and that the world probably doesn't need to know. My question to you is, or was, looking back at what we know now, Brick Baby wrong for that statement?
Yeah, Brick Baby should have never commented on that because, like you said, that wasn't out. So now you gave us someone to look like, oh, because, you know, first day, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I didn't step, you know, in my younger days, but it was local stepping. I just couldn't picture me going out of town, and I was offered that to follow a connect that had 20 bricks in the car and hit them, and that was like an hour or something away from me. And I was like, man, right on the car. I want to kill them back in the project. Now, let's get over. They got it right here. They right here. Let's get them right here. I was like, now you got to follow them somewhere because they're in my care. Once they're out of my care, they're going to notify their people up top and let, hey, we on to the next. So whoever went in another city, they in that person's care. So something happened to them, it's on their watch. So to see the guys drove 3 hours to go to Tampa to get rid of Julio Fulio, and now to see this for them to go out to Cali to go get right, man, this stuff here, they just stepped it up. So first thing I was thinking that it was some gang members that was, you know, connected to whatever, say somebody said, where yo, pull up and touch them for us. Like how we did back in the day, like favor for favor. Look, touch it for me, and somebody, if you trying to get somebody to come in my project, I got it for you, I owe you one. You know, so I'm thinking it's one of those situations. But they went and got their own, man. I'm like, boy, that's why they escaped me, man. These little youngsters ain't playing. But yeah, he was out of line for that. He should have never spoke on that. But then now here's the flip side with Brick and Brick Baby defense is this. Yeah, I say that. However, for those who hating on me, trying to point the finger and saying it's my fault, the guy right here already wore the wife for 3 years, so this is the guy that was already working. So y'all can back up off me. Back up off me because this dude was already wearing the wire. For about 3 years, this dude was collecting evidence for these people. This dude the one who got Lil Durk and the rest of the crew locked up. So yeah, I said that. However, for those who try to point, because you know we always look for somebody to point the finger on who stole. Oh, you the one who got that manager. You down bad. You wrong. But that's how the internet go. But now we see that that guy, who was, I don't know his name, who was Lil Durk's friend, homie, is the one who got him in trouble. So, like I say, as on one hand, right, on one hand, we gonna look at it like, for those who not in the street, we look at it like, okay, this guy got him jammed up. From the street perspective, if you in the street, you still claiming the streets, yeah, that was a violation. He should have never said that.
Right. And it seems like there's no way to check the streets anymore. Like, if it was a violation, like, it's just gonna be a violation. We're not checking Brick Baby.
I would say this, because Brick Baby, he stand on what he stand on. That's what I like about him. He hold it down. Because he's an active game member, correct?
Yeah.
So he got to stand on what he stand on. I believe, this is my opinion, I believe that on one aspect, the street stuff is watered down, that's over with. That it's like the streets are still there, but the problem is all the real street stand-up dudes who back in the days didn't want to take a picture with a person, who back in the days was like out the way, who wasn't really, they want to be seen. So they come into the internet talking they talk. Yeah, I'm such and such gang, but yet you talk about real street stuff. You make these rules, we're supposed to do this and this, but you come into the internet doing this, and this. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like what you gonna do now? So now it's like the streets have entered the internet. And that's where a lot of people go wrong because you got real street dudes now, stand up gangsters, go hard, want to be seen, want to be heard, want to let people know this is me, I run this, I'm from such and such, blah, blah, blah. When at one time you had people that didn't want to do that. So now they have allowed that to happen and they constantly letting it go. The big homies not saying nothing. A lot of people just letting it fly, go get on in there, go, this the new wave now. So when you get jammed up, guess what? It's the internet. The internet is how everybody getting jammed up because they're being recorded, people watching them, people seeing them, and they still doing it. So that street stuff, man, it's watered down, but it's still street guys. But for the most part, and it's the real ones, the ones who really will slide, who really don't play, get on the internet. Hey, look at me. Some of them clutching, some of them showing you the weapon. That's what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna come and see about you. So when them people put up the evidence, you look, this is the only thing I don't like, bro. We be so hardcore, we be so gangster, but when we get in that courtroom, yes sir, no ma'am, yes ma'am, yes sir, yes ma'am. Come on man, have that same energy. Have that same energy when the people get you in that courtroom, man. You know, and, I remember I got a life sentence, man. I thought I was gonna get a life sentence for Angola, so that's why I wasn't down or surprised, because I knew I was doing a lot of it, but I thought it was gonna be for the state. I didn't think it would be for the feds, you know. So, but like we would address the guard, the CO, the deputy. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. But our own parent. Huh? What? No. We don't respect our own parents. The ones who held it down, who went through a lot of trial and tribulation to have you, to house you, feed you. We don't put the respect that they do. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. What, mommy, need me to go to the store? You want to go to the store? Come on, mama. Daddy, you all right? Papa, go sit down and have a talk. We don't do that. But the minute we go to jail, we yes, sir, no, sir. In the courtroom, that judge, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. We put the respect on theirs. And these are the people that's trying to bury you, trying to send us away for the rest of our life. We respect them, but we don't respect our mother, father, our grandmothers, aunts, and uncles. People who really there for, people putting roof over our head, clothes in our mouth, clothes on our body, food in our mouth. We don't respect them. Got the gang twisted, man. But I will say this though, even myself, we all have stuff for the internet to keep some gossip going and keep this, bro, people couldn't prepare me for this stuff that's going on out here, man. Man, it's a big show out here, bro.
Yeah. Well, at least we're able to profit from the show.
Big facts. That's the part I like.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Amen. Let's get off Durk for a minute. So, notorious Detroit kingpin, Big Meech, has been released from federal prison and is now in a halfway house. I believe the kingpin charge carried a life sentence. You met Big Meech in jail, right? Was he serving a life sentence or was he serving like 40 years? What was the situation with Big Meech when you met him?
I want to correct something first because I heard a few people say this, right? Big Meech was charged with a kingpin charge, correct. 848. I was charged with an 848, the same kingpin charge Big Meech was charged with, I was charged with that. Now see how you just gave me that shock look? See, that's what ticked me off with a lot of you guys. See, for the longest I've been out here, making all this noise, telling y'all my case, tell everybody, yeah, whatever, giggity, that. But I had the same case what Big Meech had. And I've said Big Meech, the real Rick Ross, Glenn Mess, these guys were kingpin. I wasn't the kingpin, but they charged me with that because they figured they could place that over me and figure I was going to give up cash money and all the stuff they wanted in the beginning. Now, to correct that, what a few people been saying, the kingpin, 848, is 20, mandatory minimum 20 to life. Now, you can have 10 years for this kingpin charge, but the only way you'll get a 10-year sentence for this kingpin charge is if you don't have no convictions, you didn't have a lot of drugs, you didn't have a lot of big stuff, you never been arrested, all that, it could get a 10 on up, right? But people like Big Meech and myself, all of us, it's mandatory minimum 20. You're not coming under 20. You're going to start at 20. 20 to life. I was given life because of the 2 murders they enhanced me for. Big Meech wasn't given life because he pled guilty in the beginning and got to 30. CCE carries 20 to life. Mandatory minimum is the 20 years, and inside from this 20 to this life, you got 25, 30, 20, you got 21, 22, 23, on up to life. So they give him 30. So when I saw this one guy was like, that's a mandatory life sentence. No, it's not. You plead out, you got what he got. But if you go to trial, then they can give you the life sentence. And they will give you a life sentence based on all the drugs you had or whatever, however long, whatever the circumstances within that trial. But you got some people go to trial and still don't get the life sentence. So when people be saying, oh, that was mandatory, no, that's not a mandatory life. Because if you think about it, in Big Meech CCE, he didn't have no violence. That's how he was able to get the sentence reduction. He didn't have no violence. People not peeping that part. He didn't have no violence in his CCE. In a continuing criminal enterprise, you usually gonna have murders, attempt murders, shootings, all that. It was him and his brother, just a bunch of drugs. They not paying attention to that. He didn't have the violent part, bro. And that's how I was landing with the life sentence, because I had the violence in mind.
So, from your perspective, you don't think Big Meech did anything extra to get out?
No, and I've read up on it. With that situation where they're talking about with the guy, Big Meech, a female that he's affiliated with, she did something to help him. But what people don't know, there's some documents, transcript, where they talked about it and they said the Meech Flannery, aka Big Meech, wasn't aware of that situation. So if you're not aware of that and his name not in none of that, then you can't label him no snitch. You can't label him a rat. Now you can say this. You can label him somebody a rat lover. You can label him that, but you can't label him a snitch or a rat, because he didn't snitch or a rat.
What do you mean a rat lover? Like, why would you?
Meaning, like, if you cool with this person, right, and you know this person snitched to try to snitch, and you still affiliate yourself with that person.
Right.
According to the streets, you're wrong. You're supposed to denounce this person. But if you keeping this person, still rocking this person, shout out to Tammy. Shout out to her. I love her because she showed, I'm rocking with you, I'm trying to get you out, I'm down for you. That was she sold.
100K, 50K, 50K, 5K, and 20K. These are the alleged prices that were placed on the heads of members of the paper route empire for Young Dolph. As you know, or as you've seen, the Young Dolph trial has ended or concluded, and what has been admittedly and reported, it was a murder for hire by Big Juke. My first question to you is surrounding that is, what do you think about those prices?
The big young boy, the 5,000, I be mad. Y'all got 5 on my head, stop playing, man. My life worth 5. And the crazy part about it, the one, right, the big dog who had 100 grand on, which is Young Dolph, he only got $800. You got paid $800 to take this man's life. $800. Come on, man. So, it's a shame. And actually, I got that paperwork from Govan, the one who's actually charged on the case, is part of their discovery. He had plenty of other stuff. I was just giving that little part there. You know, there's a lot of paperwork, a lot of stuff surrounding that case, man. And that's why when people be shocked, they be looking like, oh, God, he about to go to Rico. Okay, let me show you something. Look how fast they went and got Durk, Lil Durk. You see, they ain't touched Gotti yet. You wanna know why? Because this is how it went. That the money, the guy who went to trial, who got found guilty, his sister brought the money to the lawyer and said this from CMG, right? But you don't hear Gotti or none of them saying, here, take this money, here, this for the lawyer fee, whatever it would be. Or a person can pay for a lawyer. You can't stop a person from paying for a lawyer. Now the thing is, they don't have concrete evidence on Gotti. And because if they did, he'd be right there with Durk locked up. Think about it. They watching, trying to get more evidence, try to make it solid. Then they're gonna try to throw that homicide on Gotti. But if you think about it, Gotti doing the legal side, his brother Juke doing the illegal side, whatever the case may be. So Juke the one was like, I'm gonna take care of the street stuff, but you go ahead and handle that. So you don't have Gotti. That's why Gotti don't have no handcuffs on him. He don't have that silver on him. He ain't in that cave making a phone call with a lawyer trying to get a bond. Because I'm gonna work over here without my bro doing over there, that's on him over there. I'm aware of it, because we just a team. But I ain't gonna, you got that, I gotta focus over here, get the money. See what I'm saying? So what Lil Durk is with is different. He right here involved with the youngsters, right here kicking to this, and not knowing, moving reckless. That's how I got jammed. My beeper was, the dude was wired. Then when he called me from my beeper, and I would call him back from my cell phone, then they finally tapped my cell phone. You know what I'm saying? So we see this, this is the crazy part about it. Everybody is in the game, on the streets, doing what they do. All the street dudes are watching YouTube. Well, I ain't gonna say all, majority of the street guys are watching YouTube. So you see the mistakes that these other people making. You watching this, you bearing witness to these mistakes, people getting jammed up, and you going back doing the same thing. It's right here in your face. It's no more, we don't have the excuse no more how they say to hide something from a black person, put it in the book because blacks don't like to read. Nah, they giving it to us, the footage, they giving it in real time right here. Here you go, check this out. This was going on. And we still doing the mistakes. Like, when we gonna wake up, bro? The problem is we wanna slide too fast, we wanna slide too hard, we wanna impress the internet, we want the ops and other people to know that we ain't playing. So we really being forced to go really jump out there and do something we don't wanna do right then and there. We gonna do it, but it's like, nah, you gotta go now. All right, let's go. And you're moving reckless. And that's how they getting jammed up. The police department, the feds, the DEA, FBI, they having a field day. Because we killing ourselves. And we putting ourselves in jail, giving them all the evidence they need. Right. Open a check case. So now, just like me, when I left the street, all my children were babies. So now they grown now. But God bless me to come home and get me another one now. Now he a little baby, 5 months old.
You got a 5-month-old?
Man, this stuff still work, man. Look.
What?
Big fact. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah. I'm in the building, bro.
Still in the streets.
Yeah, man.
You know
well, not them streets. I'm in the sex streets. Yeah. I'm in the party streets. I'm in a different lane now, bro. And I'm enjoying it, bro. But and like I said, I done a lot of dirt, bro. But my heart.
I'm proud of you, Giggity. Stop.
Right.
Stop. Cause I really damn near wanted to redo my intro. Yeah, I'm proud of you. I see what you've done in the last 2 years. You know, from the time I met you, you had the little platform. You was talking down on my platform. You still fighting, bro. You kicking up dust. No, it's hard to stay as consistent as you've been. It's hard. Yeah. I know it's hard. It's hard for me. You know, I got 300,000 subscribers. 300,000, right?
Authentic, 'cause I watch the numbers.
Yeah, authentic. I don't sugarcoat. I don't fake it. Mine's is mine's, and I've been consistent over the last 4-5 years, right? So I'm telling you, as somebody who's taken multiple breaks, you know what I'm saying, have multiple hiccups, have to build a platform, have to deal with the overhead that comes with it, have to continuously reinvent, have to continuously deal with fluctuations of prices, BS and people, you know, just all the things that come with this, the business element of it, the snakes in the grass. There's a lot that comes with what we do. And for you to be fresh out the feds, I'm talking you left before cell phones, to now be where you are, we're in your facility. Last time we did an interview was a roach crawling.
On the wall.
You had me in a motel.
Motel 6, yeah.
Now we can talk about the location now. You know
Big
what I'm
fact.
saying?
Big fact. Was it Motel 6?
Yeah, we was pulling up. Giggity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to crawl for you walk though, Toon.
Amen.
Got to crawl for you walk. But like I keep telling you,
I'm proud.
The people, they want to hear the message. Right. So no matter where we were at, we got the message, got our point across. But then they see the growth. Now they see, okay, now he's getting a few dollars where he's invested in himself now. Right. Now he's clubbing up, trying to do what he do. Right. And And I would say this though too, because I kept telling you about this too. I said, Toon, come on. You kept sleeping on me, Toon. So you in your mind, you kept thinking about that roach on that wall where I brought you. So you thinking, okay, they got him another little shack or something. Now you trying to upgrade the shack. You know what I'm saying? But now you came here.
Versace rugs, Versace on the curb.
Bro, I want to be
saying?
comfortable. When people come, I want to be comfortable, man.
You're not even as boisterous as you was. Big designer on that. You cool. It look like you used to the money now.
Yeah, and you gotta understand this too, bro. You know, the older you get, you like, okay, who are you doing this for now? You know, when we young, we doing it for the girls, the people, you know. But I got something, how they say, I can put that stuff on. I still got some stuff in the closet, woo-woo, on certain occasions. But for the most part, this is what I'm comfortable with, my joggers, my onesies that these little chicks just say. But and then I got a child, and then I got my other son in the Fed. So I got a lot of stuff I got to take care of too. It's not no easy cakewalk for me. So that's why I got to stay focused and do what I can do when I do it.
Right, absolutely. Well, you know, on behalf of the RealToonTV team, you know, we've seen you progress, and we've seen you continuously progress and go up and remain consistent. Like I said, I've seen people get in this game and fall off or crash out or even clown themselves out in order to remain relevant. You know, I've seen your numbers dwindle. You know what I mean? I've seen there not be hot moments. You know what I mean? I've seen you battle through it. You know what I mean? And still somehow, some way remain relevant. You know what I mean? So it's not an easy task, and I just want you to know, you know, that it doesn't go unnoticed.
Well, I know everybody. Well, I'm the people champ. Let me just say that. But like I tell people all the time, you can't get, and I'm happy you brought that point up, because I tell people don't get frustrated with YouTube. It's gonna fluctuate. Your numbers gonna go up and down, up and down. It depends on what you're talking about. Because if you stay on one side, the people get tired of that, and then you gotta open up. The only person I know that stay consistent, that numbers gonna do what they do, is Charleston White. Cause he gotta be all over the place, you know what I'm saying? So with me, I took the field, I took the lane I took, and I'm comfortable with that lane. So like I said, I'm gonna have some good ones, I'm gonna have some bad ones. It's gonna fluctuate up and down, but God been blessing me to stay, like you said, I'm staying relevant.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna give it to the people, because I've been through all these shootings, from being shot, being stabbed, car wreck, juvenile life, state prison, federal life. I've been through everything that they're going through. So who better than to talk about these situations than the person who really lived it, and not nobody who studied it and be like, well, I think this according to this. Nah, I walked those same lines that those young guys doing, bro. I put my family at risk. My mother's plenty nice worrying, and now when I'm in the Fed, I'm called, Mama, you come and visit me, Mommy? Mama this, Mama this, Mama. You know what I'm saying? So I've been through all that they about to go through. That they doing now, I've been through it all.
Sure.
Take heed or not, baby.
Cash Money. Well, my favorite Cash Money, Young Money artist, Rich Gang artist, YoungBoy, NBA YoungBoy. And this is new news to me, old to many, but it said that he was strung out on K2. He admitted to being strung out on K2 prior to going to jail. Man, for somebody who has millions of dollars, secluded, all the cars he can want, 10, 15 kids, you know what I mean, any girl he wants, you know what I'm saying, despite his circumstances, you know, we don't got to speak on all that. But it's like, wow, you know what I mean, K2, bro. You've been in prison where K2 is a big thing, you know what I mean? And even on the streets now, it's a big thing, especially for people who find themselves on probation and can't do what they normally do. And now, even it's becoming a choice drug. What's your thoughts on YoungBoy being strung out?
I listen to everything you explain, right? The money, this and this, but you gotta understand he come from the hood. So it's just a guy from the hood, God bless to be rich, but he still have all the hood traits. Their choice of K2 became the choice of drugs because there was no way they could test for dirty urine at one time. Just like anything else in the Fed, they started being, oh, you got K2 in your system now. Because of the certain chemicals that they're spraying the paper with, or that they're putting in there, and the people were able to detect Oh, you been smoking that K2. And then they have you clicking out hallucinating, have them going crowd, seeing people, rip and run, swing on COs, beat up guards and stuff from that K2. They just click out on it, they freak out on that K2. So I wasn't surprised to hear him. It's cheap, you know, it's cheap to get on the streets. And like I say, he couldn't get it dirty, but it started becoming so addictive where you're abusing yourself and messing yourself up to where you gotta say, man, I'm on this K2. See, some look at it like, well, I ain't smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no dirty for weed, I ain't doing so you can't violate me. But this K2, this stuff bad. It's messing you up. So on one hand, you like, okay, NBA in jail. Now he get to clean out himself, you know, get himself together, and you know, hopefully he get a release date. You know, he come home and finish, you know, his career and let his fans hear him doing new music. Because now you got a clear mind now. So now what you got for us?
Right.
You know, but I wasn't surprised to hear that. I was happy that he did scream and reach out to the people. Hey, I need help. That's what it takes a man to do. I need help. Instead of trying to, I'm ashamed. But people see you high. Like when he did that interview with Me Not Worth the Game, I was so mad that they aired that. That little young boy, you could see he wasn't in his right frame of mind. Why would you do that? I was ticked off about that. So people could see that you're high, but it's when you're not in denial and you're able to say, man, I need help. This is what I'm on. And for him to say that took a man to do that. I commend him on that. And like I said, hopefully he get himself together, come on back out here and get right. Get back to the music.
Do you think the K2 was why he decided to cuss out Birdman and drop Under Rick Ross? I think he dropped his song Under Rick Ross.
That played a part because he still called Birdman to this day. He still called to this day. I want to say, people be uninfluenced, be so frustrated with certain stuff, but he still called Bird to this day.
Why do you think they got into it? What was that about?
Like I say, first part that I believe, because NBA, because you understand this, he signed to whoever he not signing Cash Money. So Bird not touching none of his money. Bird don't owe him no money. In fact, I think it was Universal, whoever he signed to, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but whoever he signed to, they in the raid, they took a loss. Because some of their sales wasn't selling no more. His music wasn't doing like it used to do. So it wasn't the money issue, because like I say, he wasn't signing Cash Money. He's not signing Cash Money.
I thought they closed on like the biggest deal.
Bird allegedly worked the deal for him and got a percentage out of it, but he don't have, if you look at his stuff, Cash Money has no dealing with that. They just on a friendly, father-son, homie type of vibe. But, so for him to go off, that's why I was like, wow, I was like, why you went on Bird like that? But then I thought about it. You're getting high and then you feel like, I'm closing in this house, on house arrest all the time, they just drive me crazy. And anybody who got love, I got love for them, I'm gonna take it out on them. Cause for real, Bird ain't visiting my house, you ain't really, pulling up. And so I guess he got frustrated with that. That's the only thing I can see, cause like I say, I know for sure it's not about money.
Right.
No, it's not about that, cause Bird ain't touch his money. Couldn't get to his money.
Speaking of Cash Money.
Okay.
It's coming up. It's coming up. The Hot Boy reunion.
It's coming up.
First off, let's just get to the bottom of this because there's been a lot of back and forth, namely with the black sheep of the family, Turk. Turk, I gotta say this. I interviewed Turk. You know what I'm saying? I got my issues with Turk, I'm gonna be honest. I do have some qualms about Turk.
Well, how you interview Turk? How you come about to interview Turk?
What do you mean, how I interview him?
How you come about to interview him? How you know about it? Because your generation don't really know Turk.
Well, you know, OG Giggity, you know, I didn't know Turk was a hot boy. I just knew Wayne and Judy. You know what I mean? And BG, you know, I heard about him, but he was locked up most of my...
Cut the chase, I asked you about Turk.
But I knew about him from you.
All right, I just wanted to give my props, but go ahead.
But I also know that Turk was one of the first to show you love and embrace you when you came home.
That's
Turk
not
put
correct.
you on his platform.
No, slow down, slow down. He didn't embrace me or show me love. He saw the opportunity that I was rising and I was hot. So let me get giggity on here and ask the questions what my fans want to hear, because he's a street hot boy. Let's get that correct.
Okay, well.
Now, carry on.
Well, I'm just saying, Turk, it looked like Turk was trying to do his part. You know what I mean? On your behalf. I saw you apologize to Turk. Is the beef over with between you guys?
Well, I apologize to him.
I seen that in the headline. So
I apologize to Turk or BG. I never apologized to Turk. I don't have nothing to apologize to him for. I didn't do nothing to him.
it's like
Turk turned his back on me. Here's the thing. You see how you just said Turk embraced me, showed me love and all this and this, right? So now go back and look at his podcast show with Beehive. Beehive used to be like, man, shout out to Gangsta and GDP, they're my favorite guys doing this, where I go get my news from, blah, 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 shout me out, right? So I was like, on Beehive. Right. So I was like, out of Atlanta. So I was like, okay, shout out to them. I started showing the love back. So now when the beef going on between BG and Bird, when I'm finding out my low and I'm putting it out there, Turk a little upset about that. But I'm speaking the truth. So now when I'm getting ready to go to Atlanta, I send word, yo, I'm gonna put up on the show. I go to Turk inbox. Somebody leave a, if you wanna, I got it in my phone right now. I got the receipts. You know y'all like receipts. If you wanna book him or you wanna do this. I said, nah, I ain't trying to do that. I'm trying to tell Turk I'm trying to come on the podcast show. I'm gonna be in Atlanta. He sent me another, the same, like a little voice. So I ain't got time to be playing the game. So I go on Beehive and his DM. Yo, I'm coming to Atlanta. I'm pull up on y'all show, blah, blah, blah. No answer. So I say, well, you know, maybe they got a lot of people that be hitting them up, might missed over my message, right? I hit GDP up. I said, GDP. Hit Turk up, tell Turk I'm trying to come on the show. I'm gonna be out in Atlanta. He hit me, said, man, Turk said he don't have no say so over who come on the show. I found that to be bull because y'all partners, so you going, man, let's get, I'm one of the hottest thing on the internet, how you pass me up? Right. So, GDP told me he reached Beehive. Beehive told him, all right, but that was it, but he never hit me back. So from there, what I respect from Beehive was, okay, Turk my podcast partner, so I'm not gonna have Gangsta on the show because it's gonna put Turk in an awkward position. And then Turk, he thinking, if he had me on this show, that Bird and Jizzle see that already trying to cast him out. So I'm not gonna embrace Gigi, have him come on my show because I'm already going through with my brothers already. And if I put him, so it's like I'm rocking with him, what's gonna add fuel to the fire. And you got people in his ear, all the other little homies that he talked to, that attempt, man, leave Gangsta, man, don't mess with Gangsta, man, baby mad with you because of gang. And that was far from the truth. Birdman was mad with him behind that Drink Champ interview about that fake jury talk. Because Bird came back out as straight net. So everything I was putting out saying, it came back out like, oh yeah, they was mad behind. So when you trying to have that bad energy toward me, it wasn't about me. It was about the people who was mad with you about the other stuff you was doing. So I was like, you know what? I'm doing my own thing. It is what it is. I come home and pump the Hot Boys name back up, pump everybody else, got them all hot again. Me, I put that together. Me, that's who. So at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to back up off it and let them do them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to just do what I'm doing because I'm winning.
Right. It looks like the beef is squashed in that they're moving forward, or at least preparing to move forward. However, it's still weird. You know what I mean? BG gets out, he links with Bird, then he does the album with Gucci, and then he links back with Bird, then he ends up in New York. You know what I'm saying? Telling backpack stories. It's just, you know, I don't know. I just don't see BG as somebody who gets in trouble for doing the slightest thing, just going to New York. You know what I mean? Usually when artists go to New York, they're going on a media run or they're trying to sign. There's no reason for a Louisiana cat to be in New York unless they're trying to do a big.
Well, he can't visit?
He can visit, but BG doesn't strike me as the type to just be having fun. BG came to Houston, he pulled up to the Sauce Factory, messed with Sauce Walker, but he was booked down there. He wasn't just down there to mess with Sauce Walker. You know what I'm saying? He's not
you get that tone.
Yeah. So my question to you is, do you think BG is going to turn on Birdman again?
No, they love each other. They've been hanging out lately. But here's the thing, BG is realizing I'm older now. I see how this game going. So the same thing you saying, I've seen BG when he posts him and his manager in New York. I said, well, what's going on here? You're not booked for no show. Why you in New York? So I started doing my digging, and he signed with a label out there. But
he signed?
Yeah, him and Birdman still have this like Sugar Pac album. They have the song In the Field, but he's an independent artist with another label where he can still do his own thing. He got like a little partnership deal with a company, right? So that's the route he decided to go. He felt like he betting on himself because he know he could eat more on the back end than up front. You know, so he just went that route. After I did my research, I was like, oh, because I saw him riding around with Mano. I said, B, like you said, Jizzle might just go hang out. I said, he on some business out there. So as I did my digging, I found out he signed with somebody else. He's not signing Cash Money, but his options, his doors are still open where he can still do music with everybody else.
Right.
But another thing, the reason why it seems weird because the beef is not squashed. They just get along and just do this hot bar reunion.
Right.
Because you don't notice, but BG and Birdman have an after party at one club. Juvie, Turk, and Fresh got an after party at the other club on the same night after the concert. It's strength in numbers. So if they all would have got together and went to this one club, it'd have been outrageous, right?
Right.
But they separated. So right there showing you like, okay, after we gonna perform, after we back to the bull. Like who the people's choice? Who really the people's choice? Y'all come and hang out with Bird and Jizzle, or y'all gonna hang out with Manny Fresh and this? But here's the thing, once Bird and club, they got a big club. But once this club gets so packed, you won't be forced to go with the Juvie and Fresh.
Right.
So it's gonna be interesting though. It's gonna be interesting to see how this is gonna go. But there's gonna be so many people out there, so they both gonna get both of the clubs they going to gonna get love.
Right. So where's Wayne gonna be?
Wayne don't do no after party. You know, Wayne don't do no club. Wayne go do his show then get on out of there.
Right.
Wayne don't hang around do that. Now if he do the side, wherever Wayne going, that's where everybody going.
Right.
Now if I was Weezer, I'd be messing throw a monkey wrench in the game and do my own club.
Right.
Oh man, nah. Tell with you, baby, yo. But we used to do this show and get on out of there.
Let me just close off on that Hot Boy situation with this. How do you think the reunion is gonna go?
Beautiful, successful. Cause y'all understand this. Yeah, Stunner might be mad with Turk for trying to mess up his image. Yeah, Jizzle mad with him for entertaining whack with him with that rat stuff. But nobody's family was harmed. No bullets flew. No blood was drawn. Just words. So we could get together, do our thing. Don't say that to me, I ain't gonna say that to you. Just leave me alone, you over there, I'm over here. But to the crowd, we're gonna rock this crowd, we're gonna do our thing. The stage is big. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna go by, it's gonna go smoothly.
Right.
Yeah.
No, New Orleans OG, we like to hear your perspective. And I was gonna say not only that, but it's interesting because Kendrick was beefing with Wayne's artist, Drake. Yeah. So it's almost like a slap in the face to Louisiana. Well, but that's just how I looked at it. I'm not from Louisiana.
But yes, understand this too. Pay attention to it. Wayne kind of beefing with his own artists. And I don't think Drake is Wayne's artist anymore. But you know, they had that little artistship, that little family thing going on. But you know, Wayne was still a little salty when Drake hit his broad.
Right.
So Wayne ain't forget that. Wayne still feels some type of way about Drake humping his broad, bro. So when you factor that kind of stuff in, you like, oh, yeah, it was a little,
right.
Yeah, bro.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. OG Giggity, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Giggity, we are grateful again for your appearance on the platform. I can't tell you enough how proud I am of you to
appreciate that.
You know, see you come in and come up and, you know, have made yourself a household name in a positive way.
Big fan.
You know what I mean? I think you're one of the only internet personalities who I've seen not push a negative message at all. Like even like some people, and this is no shade to anybody, especially people I work with, but some people unintentionally may push a negative message or something that may be perceived as, whereas with you, you can't perceive it because you don't even cuss. You know what I mean? And so to have that amount of wherewithal is definitely just very impressive. You know what I'm saying, to say the least. Is there anything you want to let the fans know about what you may have going on, or?
Well, first I gotta respond to what you just said about that. You gotta understand this. When I come home, my message, I did my hood stories, like where I come from, but my message has always been an at-risk youth. That's always been my goal. So with that being said, as I'm pushing that narrative and telling people stay out of trouble, blah, 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 one time I was on live and this female came on live and she was like, I came to know about your channel through my students. She said, I'm a high school teacher. She said, my students watch your channel in my class. I was like, whoa. So that let me know, if I'm in my mind, like, okay, if you really want to change, you really want to help these children, did you really come out here with the intent that you want to help, then you got to be careful what you say, what you do, because I know people watching. I used to hear people was watching, certain people watching my channel, watching what I do. I didn't believe it till I started getting news from certain people, like some of the big dog people you would never expect watching me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh yeah, okay, cool. But like I wasn't disrespecting them anyway, but just the fact that, you know, you might have somebody like Lil Wayne, you might have somebody like Juvenile, you know, you might have them with them pages where they burn a page, whatever, they watching what I'm saying, what I'm doing. Or one of these people might watch it and send them the link. Or Gangsta said this, or he said, that made me feel like, oh, so YouTube is like another TV. That's pretty much what it is, you know. But yeah, what I have coming up next, I'm trying to push the movie. I'm trying to get the trailer done soon, because I'm tired of talking about the end of my videos, them boys at war, blah, blah, blah. I'm really trying to jump into that. As far as the music, I have an artist. I'm pushing my music now.
Who?
I don't want to say his name because, you know, there's still haters out there, and he's a very good artist, but they might feel like because he's tied to me, they don't want to work with him and try to blackball him or want to do a song with him, versus if he a good artist and they like, man, I like what you're doing, I'm gonna rock with you. So I'm gonna stay in the background for a minute. But once it's really out there, he started doing good, then I'm that's me, that was my work. You know, like I've been doing them, you know, surprise element. I ain't really tripping. I don't, you know, want the credit now to be, oh, that's my label, that's my order, yeah, that's me.
Right.
I ain't worried about that right now.
You're not Bird.
Big facts, you know what I'm saying? When the checks start coming, then I'm like, no, yeah, that was my work.
You're right.
Then, yeah.
Amen. Yeah. OG Giggity.
Yeah.
Hey, RealToon, it's some real money in the room.